Hey friends, it's Brooke-Sidney here, your favorite mindset and manifestation coach. And tonight I'm hopping on quickly because I wanted to share this aha that's been coming through. My clients have been giving me, I feel like, the best topics for videos because I'm on the spot having to just come through and draw on the wisdom I have for coaching for all of these years, as well as my own experiences with manifestation. Tonight, we're talking about how to figure out your block, okay? But before we get into it, I just want to remind you there are really two ways now to work with me. One is one-on-one coaching, and the second is the Manifesting Frequency course. So check out all of those options below. So tonight we are talking about how to identify your block. And I realized that although it is simple, it's not easy. Oftentimes, when we are trying to manifest something that we've wanted so badly and we've wanted for so long, that we have gotten ourselves in kind of somewhat of a rut. And there's a couple of things I want you to think about when this is happening. It doesn't matter if you're manifesting an SP, if you're manifesting new love, old love, if you're manifesting money, if you're manifesting education, a house, a car, whatever it is. If you've been struggling to manifest this thing or this person, I want you to pay attention and listen all the way to the end. So, first of all, you've probably gotten into a comfortable vibration. When I say vibration, please hear me clearly in that it is a consistent way of being in your behaviors, your thoughts, and your actions. We create and we manifest by our thoughts, words, and actions. And we do that at a quicker rate when we add emotions to it or we emote with it, when we can feel it. That's why the feeling is the secret. That's why you can tell what frequency or vibration you're on by your feeling. But oftentimes we get stuck. We're used to the same feeling. Even if the feeling is bad, unfortunately, we're often just used to it. We become accustomed to it and comfortable. So I want you to start thinking about, in this relationship with this SP, what patterns had gotten comfortable? Was it comfortable to go in and out of the relationship? Was it comfortable to fight? Was it comfortable to block? Was it comfortable to not talk to each other? Whatever it is, maybe your body, your system, even your way of thinking, all of your assumptions, and therefore your vibration have become accustomed to, unfortunately, this way of being. So that is your status quo. And until you interrupt that with a new way of thought, being, or feeling, it's going to continue because that's where your life condition is in that particular area. And so you have to interrupt it. The second thing I want you to ask yourself is, what am I getting from this situation? Oftentimes we continue manifesting things or we continue in a same situation because there's something underlying that we're getting. Maybe we're in a bad situation, but it's making us feel like we're the good person. Or maybe we're in a situation where we always feel like we're the authority or we get to say and do what's right. And so we're feeding our ego and we're feeding our system. And again, it's a pattern way of thinking and being. So ask yourself, I'm trying to help you all out without necessarily needing a coach, because that's what coaches do. We help you see these blind spots. But ask yourself, what am I getting out of this? Like whatever I'm trying to manifest, like, are you so accustomed? Let's get out of relationships. Let's take it in the money. Are you so accustomed to not having money that your identity goes along with being broke? That you're used to not having any money. You're used to being the person to rely on other people. You're used to going to those stores. I'm not even sure what they're called, but those corner stores. You're used to living at that frequency of need, lack, and scarcity. And I'm going to jump into I think it's my third and final point, is that you're afraid of your own success. And I think it comes from like Marianne Williamson when she talks about like we're more afraid of, our success than anything else. And if I find the quote, I'll pin it or I'll put it into the video. But the idea is that, similar to what I've been saying, You have become so accustomed to whatever frequency, vibrations, pattern ways of thinking, your assumptions, your beliefs, that becoming on the other side of that, meaning getting whatever you're trying to manifest, having the life of your dreams, actually freaks you out. It actually scares you. So your nervous system isn't ready. Your thoughts are not ready. You haven't really shifted into that frequency or that vibration, and you definitely don't embody it. You can't embody something that you're scared of actually entering into, right? There's a part of you that's like holding on for bare life to your old identity or your current identity, but your future self, the self that has that manifestation, they're on the other side of that. They're walking in it. They're not afraid of it. They have stepped into the new vibration. They're fully living it, being it, seeing it, smelling it. Get into your visualizations. Get into it. Get into your imagination. Start telling yourself a new story. But oftentimes before we can get in there and before we can really believe it and really allow ourselves to have it, we have to break through these blocks. And if you're having difficulty doing it, it is difficult. I'd be lying to you if I said it wasn't. That's why there are all these mindset and manifestation coaches, because it's hard for us to see habitual ways of thinking and being. And oftentimes these ways have been passed down to you. But it doesn't mean that you can't change it. It might just take a little work. And it might take giving yourself some grace while you're figuring out what it is that's blocking you. And it might take trying different tools. Because remember, the tools are not the power. You're the power. It's just finding one that aligns with you and that you're able to stick with and be consistent. So, it is my hope that this message today is able to penetrate your block, is able to get into your subconscious so it triggers the questions like, hey, what exactly is going on inside of me? What am I doing? How am I blocking me and the manifestation that I want? What is so comfortable about this? What is so used to this? What am I getting out of it? And what am I afraid of? And when you start asking those questions honestly, that's when you're able to break through and have the manifestation that you are so deserving of and that you so desire. That's when you will walk in the timeline of your frequency and of your manifestation. So, if you are still seeking help and you still need someone to help you bust through that block, I'm your girl. Make sure you check me out. I have one-on-one coaching available. I still have some slots available for July, for this month. So definitely check them out. And if you want a more sustained kind of teaching, check out the Manifesting Frequency course. So let me know what you are busting. Let me know what blocks you are breaking through in the comments. And I'll see you in the next video.